Hey, good morning. Welcome to the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. And of course, as soon as I go on, my voice gets a little hoarse. Hey, I hope everyone's doing good. It is a Tuesday where we do 2-for-1 Tuesdays or 10x your career, your life, your teams, whatever that would be. Today, I want to talk a little more about yourself and what you spend your money. I was listening to how Alex Hormozy the other day. He's talking about, where do you spend your money? Do you spend it on growth? Do you spend it on education? Do you spend it on mentoring? Do you spend it on coaching? Do you spend it on masterminds? Do you buy software? Do you learn things? So I want to talk about that a little bit today. And it was a really good, interesting question. And it's something I question myself every day. So I want to share about that, share some of the things I'm doing, and just experiences on that to help grow your career, because you always want to be on that growth pattern. It's how you get more money, right? So let's talk about that today on the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show, where I'm Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach, where we talk about Agile and Scrum in a very practical and tactical way, so you can bring more value to your customer, not work so hard to bring that value to your customer, and have some fun along the way. And you might question, what is me having to learn more stuff? Because you help bring more value to your customer. The more new ways you learn how to do it, the more you rate. Anyway, if you can't get that connection, we can work on that too. Sorry about not doing a show yesterday. I tried to be up for the New Glenn rocket launch at 1:00 in the morning, and they kept delaying and delaying. At some point in time, I was like, just stop. Just say no and do it for the next day, because your teams get tired after a time. You just got to let them rest and get back onto it, especially if they're 1:00 in the morning getting ready. They've been up all day trying to get everything working. But I tried that, so there was no way I was doing a show tomorrow. Just too much. And I've been practicing my getting up brief 5 a.m. in the morning. So I was kind of exhausted, had stuff to do, just lots of stuff. But no, that's not the topic for today. But things are going good, though. I will report out at some point. I'm reading a book, and we'll talk about that next week on next 2-for-1 special. I'm doing a reading challenge for myself every day, and I think it's working. So I'll share that with you next Tuesday. Anyway, so talking about today, what are you spending your money on? Like I said, I was listening to Alex Hormozy's podcast. I look at a variety of podcasts. I'm learning more about marketing right now, but he talks about very specific. How do you grow? How do you get bigger? How do you do stuff? How do you maximize? And so it's good stuff, and it's from his marketing angle. So it's an interesting thing that we should know as Scrum people in IT, because we pretty much work in marketing. We build new products for people, and they sell it, right? So what he was saying is, what are you spending your money on? Are you spending it on entertainment? Are you spending it on stuff that really doesn't help you attain your goals? And the questions maybe you should rethink about how you're spending money. Are you spending drinking with your friends, partying, going to fancy restaurants all the time, eating out every day? What are those kind of things? And that $5-10 you save, could you spend elsewhere? It's like if you had a gaming subscription. My thought is, instead of paying for a monthly gaming subscription, pay for a AI tool that you can try out or experiment. There's that 28-day challenge, which I am going to do at some point in time, just not right now. I got enough little challenges going on. I'll do that later. Maybe that'll be my next one once this challenge becomes a habit of getting up before 5 a.m. in the morning. Maybe I'll move my habit even earlier. We'll see how that goes. I don't know about that. So spend the money there so you can grow and meet your future goals, Spend that learning a little bit every day. And again, I'll talk about that more next week, because it's really on par with that topic. I try not to overlap topics in what we discuss. The other thing was, a couple weeks ago, and I was going to give it last week, but something happened. Or something. Anyway, my son and I got tickets to the Eagles game, and I don't know if I mentioned this before. I was like having fun. It was a Sunday, and I probably said something like that on a Monday thing. But we got tickets to a game. It was the last game of the season, because they already made the playoffs. And new tickets, I saw a tweet or an X post, and the prices were really like $60 a pop. I'm like, ooh. So we went on, got 2 tickets. I think we saved about $120, $200 on those tickets. We were 9 rows from the bottom. I don't know if I put a post on that. Maybe I'll put a post on my savings. But thinking about that, it's great. We got to go to the game. I didn't go all year long. They're like $200. Didn't spend the money on it. Hey, but $60 is affordable. Save some money. I figured I saved myself $120 to $200 a month. My logic is that and I'm trying to teach my son, is that allows me to spend that $120, $200 to buy him a monthly membership to an indoor batting cage facility. So I saved that money, wanted to go, got the opportunity, took advantage of it. But the money I saved, I can now spend on his growth to prepare for the spring, because he's been really asking to join the batting cage, and I want to spend it. I'm like, man, that's a lot of money. But I think I saved the money by not buying full price tickets to get him to do batting cage, at least for 2 months. And that'll get him into the spring season. So at least he's warmed up, got his batting. So when the year starts, he's ahead of all the other kids, unless they're all batting cages too. They probably do. They're all travel team people, so they probably do some extra batting or something. But anyway, figured out as a chance to save the money I saved. I'm going to spend it on him. Now, my other thing is, like, I don't need to eat hoagies. Like, you can think about it, smaller things. I don't need a hoagie. I need to lose weight. Buying a hoagie, which now, because of inflation, costs like $12, $15 a pop. It used to be $5 or $6 in the good old days, right? So it's not like that helps me reach my goal from a health perspective, right? Or playing video games or buying that kind of stuff or spending money all over things that are just things, and they don't help me grow or motivate me to do other stuff, right? So I think of it that way. Instead of buying a hoagie, I'll make my own sandwich, right? I can make a sandwich. I'll save like $10 probably, if not more, per sandwich. I'm not going to make a whole hoagie, but probably can make a couple sandwiches. I probably makes a whole 2 weeks worth of sandwiches, or lunch, or made home, or salads, even better, salad. And I did that too. I bought some salad because I think it was $5 for the salad, the lettuce. So I can at least make a whole thing is a whole week's worth of lunches and stuff like that. So for that $15 I would have spent once, it's 5 lunches, right? So in that money I saved, every little bit, I spend it on what I do for myself. Spend it on subscription, whatever, things like that. So think about, what are you spending your money on? If you want to listen, Alex Hormozi's podcast is a good one. It's one I highly recommend. It's one of the good ones. Think about that. What are you spending your money on? Challenge yourself. In the new year, we just started the new year, so I'm kind of on a thing about the new year in 2025. Spend it on your own personal growth. Don't spend it on a subscription. And then think about it from a time perspective. And I'm always talking about time, why I'm getting up earlier. The time you would spend playing that video game. Let's say it's a half hour. Spend that half hour, read a book. Spend that half hour, practice AI, whatever it would be. And even further your career, right? Further growth path for yourself. All these little things you can put in your resume. You can put it in your description, and I got to do that too, by the way. And you can update your website and which books you've been reading. They always want to know, what are you reading? What kind of things that you're interested in? What's your library look like? That might be interesting. Different post and LinkedIn if you want to go for your career. What's in your library, right? My library with you, it's kind of up there. There's part of my library. There's books scattered everywhere. And if you want a really good book, no, that one, The Change. If you want to get a good book to read, there's 20 people in this book besides myself, talk about things they've done, changed their lives, had life changes. And you can get a free PDF copy. I am going to set up where very shortly you can order a hard copy or a paperback copy if you like, but you can get a free copy if you like by subscribing to the newsletter. And when you get the newsletter, on the bottom, it says, hey, download your free copy. So you automatically get it. I don't have to do nothing. You download what you want. And if you forget, it's always a way to get it. You just go on the email and check it out. And then also, speaking of challenges, if you are doing a 60-day challenge, don't forget about our Slack channel. Once you join the newsletter, I'm offering free Slack channel access for, usually I wouldn't charge $10 a month like the price for a gym. You can ask everyone on, I'm going to put a new little sub channel, whatever you want to call it, in there called challenges. So people can post challenges, what they do, get feedback from other agile people, business people, people that are members of the Slack group, because anybody can give feedback on what you do, what you're thinking. And if you want to post, you're struggling. One, I will definitely chime in. I'm on there every day. And two, other people can chime in too. So you can get a whole group of accountability people to help you with your challenge. And with that, I want to say happy Scrumming. See you soon. A lot more stuff coming. And welcome to the new year 2025. All right. So I'm challenging you all to figure out what you're spending your money on. Spend it on your growth. Okay. With that, I wish you the best and have some fun too. Because we went to a game, saved some money. It was a good time. Now, next year, I'm going to take them to a Penn State game so we can see a real big stadium with 110,000 people. See what that looks like in comparison. He's going to go crazy. He's going to, oh my gosh. Anyway, take care, everyone. Wish you the best. See you soon. Bye.